Oh, I hate streaming on the phone. I do. But I'm gonna have to make it do until I can get a better webcam. So this is the best we got. Oh, it's still half a screen. Oh, I hate this. Well, I'm gonna have to make do with it like that for now. But there's a couple different things. So I fucked around a bit with the phone and found out how to have affiliate here in the top right. When people eventually or ever start chatting, the window will pop up here on the right, bottom right, hopefully covering up the Streamlabs watermark, which they force you to have if you use the mobile version. I don't know if that goes away if you pay, but it's so fucking stupid. And then I have my actual follower alerts that are going to be in the center. So we'll see how that works out. But today we're going to be continuing our 3 intercessors we're doing, and we're going to go back through and redo some Abaddon Black on certain areas. And then after that, we're going to work on the gold details. Just checking the box. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's break out the Abaddon Black. And let me put on some great fucking music while a giant truck drives by. You guys will have to let me know if anything's too loud, too quiet, so I can adjust it, because I kind of can't much on the phone. Alright, anyway. I do so enjoy the Abaddon Black. I probably won't need that much because I was careful in my painting. So I should be fine for the most part. Water it down a wee bit. Get a nice point on here. Alright, now where am I going to... I guess mainly just the bolters. Kind of clean up where there's some McCrag. And also where I missed the last time I came through here, so that's kind of annoying. Mind you, even where the McCrag, or not the McCrag, but the Abaddon failed to settle in the nice recesses, it's left it gray and it almost looks like a nice chipping effect. So I may actually leave those. You know about the inside? The inside for the most part looks clean. Just touch up there. Oh right, I gotta do the belts and shit. Well, that's basically that done. I do so enjoy how it just covers up other paints so well. So basically I'm just looking where I spilt some McCrag onto belts or pouches. I'm kind of cleaning that up. I also gotta go in under here and clean up a bit. Let me pop off the base. I enjoy these easy to build models. Just so easy to kind of take apart. Just got some McCrag that I spilled down here. There we go. Cleaning that up nicely. Alright. Other than that, just these pouches here that I can see some gray spots, so I missed around the first time. Alright, so I think that's the sergeant basically done. Don't see anywhere I need to kind of touch up at the moment. So he looks donezo. Then we'll move on to this man. Again, kind of looking for anywhere that requires some touching up. Pop the base off of him. So the underside of the pouches, I need to just do a quick cleanup. And just on the side here. Okay, going around further. Back of the knees need a little bit here. Alright, how about his bolter? I can see a few blue specks. Not that bad. Let me just pop it off the model. So, what this focuses, there's a little bit of blue just around the trigger guard. I don't even think I could really do that. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Focus, damn you. There. So as you can see, there's a tiny bit of blue just around the trigger guard, but that's so small and tiny, I don't even think I could clean that up without spilling onto the hand. Besides, it's on the inside of the model. Probably won't notice it. As for the outside looks basically done. I don't see anywhere that's spilt over, and I don't really see any gray area. The barrel looks fine. Yeah, that looks clean. I'm surprised I fucking did that well. Alright, let's see about your rest of the torso. Belt looks fine. How about your handheld? Oh, your handheld needs a little bit of a cleaning up. There's some gray spots here. I'll just give that a decent second coat. And one nice thing is, since the model is originally gray and you base it in Abaddon, it means anywhere that you kind of missed will be gray, so you can chalk it up to chip, and that was a bit of a loaded brush there. So that's a bit of extra paint. Oh, I did not do that well on the front, Jesus. Take some extra paint from here, and we'll do the front here. I'm going to go get some extra paint for this. I find that's the one thing with modeling, you go, oh yeah, it looks really nice, You go to sleep, wake up the next day, turn on your nice bright light, and you go, holy shit, I missed so many areas. How's his pouches? His pouches are fine, his back is fine, knees, ass, fine, belt's good. Alright, so that's him. Now this guy. Let's pop off your base. So, bolter looks clean, just a little bit here on the mag. Just the underside of the bolter itself. Gotta get an extra little bit of paint there. It's a little bit gray. A little bit too much to chalk up to chipping. That would just be laziness. And this little crevasse here. Right next to the hand, I gotta get more paint for that. There we go. Alright, so otherwise, his bolter looks fine. What about his back? Pouches need a little bit cleaning up. Yeah, I got some on the belt. Gotta do his kneecaps, or not kneecaps, but the back of the knee a bit. That's good. This is a little bit gray. There we go, that's better. As for the front of him, yeah, I think that's him done. So I think that's all that needs to be done with the Abaddon Black. So, how much do I have left over? Oh, I have a fair amount. Alright, let's just... Oh, there's a little speck of blue on the belt. Let's clean that up. And let's add this extra paint to the bolter. We'll just layer it on here and get it off the brush so I can go in here and kind of more delicately do up the belt. Yeah, that's better. How about this side? This side is good. Alright. Let's touch up your bolter a little bit, just some more paint. Get onto your sights. The sergeant should always have the best gear, so there should be no goddamn chipping anywhere. He takes care of his shit. Alright, let me throw on the music again. I get so focused on paint, I just kind of zone out for a while. Oh, I see some areas on the recesses I've missed. Just in here, that's a little bit gray. I don't know if that's the ejection port for the shells or not. Move this paint around before it dries too much. kind of clean that up. Kind of don't want it to dry in the recess all clogged up like that. And we lose that detailing. So there we go, that's a bit better now. Not too bad at all. Yeah, now that's no longer gray and we don't leave any paint in there. How's the barrel? Barrel for the most part looks fine. Not on this side though. Focus. Focus. Holy shit. There we go. Yeah. So you probably could, you know, add some lead belcher to that. Or even, depending how you shade that, you could just use that as a chipping effect. But I still have some extra paint. So we're going to clean all this up here right now. And then after this, we move on to the gold detailing, which is going to be fun as shit, because it's all the tiny shit. I'm going to zone in even more, and probably not say anything for 20 minutes. Which may or may not be a good thing. Okay, under looks fine. Yeah, okay, so I think that's Abaddon Black fully done, and we've used all the paint, thankfully, so no waste. So, I'm just cleaning off my brush right now, making sure I get all the black off before we add the gold. I may actually bust out one of my smaller detail brushes, but I am using everything from the Get Started kit, so I think I'll stick to this brush. Besides, I gotta show that it is viable to use everything they give you. Mind you, I do actually want to make a couple changes. Mainly just detailing. And there's my tissue that I use for drying off the brush. So, for the eye sockets of the helmets, I want to use... It's gonna be kind of hard and difficult to get in there. Especially because it's just so tiny in there. I want to use a nice red, and I have several reds, but I need to choose one. And then, same red or a different red for the different seals around the bodies here and here. I don't know if the sergeant has one. He does on his arm. And I think I'll do the parchment as... Do you use Bugman's Glow for that? Or do you use gold? What does the box say? Okay, so looks like the box says to use Bugman's Glow on the parchment. So that's what I'll do for that. That's kind of why I planned in the first place. And then... Oh, the other thing I was going to do is just for his, the radar. I'm going to use a green, but I'm not sure which green to use because I have several greens. Shit, where's my, Oh, my paint box is in my other box. I'm going to have to go dig that out later. It's fine, we'll do those at the end anyway. Okay. Let me swap back to my music. Alright, so now we do gold, yes? Gold. Alright, there. Oh, you do the sights and the barrels with gold? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Mind you, it does look sharp. No, I don't think I'll do the barrels gold. That's kind of silly. Anyway, both is all are gold. Break this all nice and out. Shaky, shaky. Oh, this is new, so I have to crack it. Come on. Oh, fuck. Ooh, this is real watery. Hold on. I think I need to give it more of a shake. This is like Balthazar Bronze. I think that one you had to shake it quite a bit. Was it meant to be water? I can't remember. Yes, ASMR. Oof. Oh, there we go. That's better. Less watery. This, with how watery it is, 'cause I don't know how well you can see it, but it's just basically already dribbling out of the pot. I think I may just take this straight out and not even water like I've been doing. Because already this is just, it's dripping out. You can't see it that well because of the fucking follower goal. I'm just gonna take a tiny amount on the brush. I get sucked in and pulled off. And we'll start with his chest crest to kind of see how this works. Shit. I should have tightened up the brush and got a point on it before. Oh well. There we go. So already looking pretty good. I'm just gonna get my tissue and kind of try and tighten up the bristles a bit and get into a decent point. There we go. Now that's a point you're talking about. Again, just bringing a tiny amount onto the end of the brush. Again, just teensy amount. Just kind of let your brush go into it and hold it to the point where you can see the paint pulling itself to the brush. That's how I do Balthazar's gold and bronze. There we go. So that's a nice detailing. I just gotta do one quick thing. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, we have the shoulder pads to do, and one thing I want to do is the vent on the back here is gold. I want to see how that's gonna work out. Kind of make sure to do a perfect square and not let it bleed over anywhere else. Again, teensy amount of paint, just tiniest bit so we can control it really well. Which even then with me it's sometimes goes a little bit apeshit. Also, if you enjoy the music, that's the Mechanicus game OST. Holy shit, just go. There we go. I have yet to play the game, but I really enjoy its OST. Alright, so I think that turns out really well, and it's a nice contrast against all the blue in the back. Now that we've finished that, we're going to move on to the shoulder pads. I'm actually going to just pop the arm off for the sake of this. Just to make it a bit easier. So, start rotating our way around. May have to do two coats on the arm here. because of all the color currently on the table, the camera's having a hard time focus. So I'm just kind of trying to make sure none spills out onto the shoulder plates, but a little bit has, but that's okay. We can clean that up later. See if I can just tighten up the brush on the edge here. It's a wee bit better. see, who do we got next? We'll move on to you. Now, the handheld. Is the handheld gold? The diodes and things are. Alright. Alright, so let's again start with the chest and we'll move out from there. Take them apart just to make it easier. One thing I am going to do is just move my light a bit. Hopefully this helps with shadows. Now I'm going to need to clean my brush off. It is starting to get a little bit stiff. Actually, a stiff brush may be better for this. That means less loose bristles. So if I can just stiffen it into a point, it may be best. There we go. Now, where else does he need it? Here. So other than that, just the helmet. Which here, a stiff brush will be helpful to do this, because I got the diodes on the side. I apparently didn't want to grab any paint that time. Oh-ho. My fucking phone is starting to go again. Alright, so it was me pulling on the cord. That's what happened the first time. That's what just happened there. And somewhere else it wants me to do gold is just the breathe-in tubes. Which I'm going to have to go back to the sergeant and do that. I can't do the other one, because it's just wedged down in there. So, I'm not taking apart the model just to do that breathing tube. And we'll go with the pack, and we'll do, again, the grill here is gold. Because I think it adds some nice contrast. So I think what I'm going to do is every Wednesday I'll do some Warhammer stuff. That way, one, it gives me something to stream on Wednesdays, and two, I can start getting through all my shit I have to do. I have... How many more Space Marines do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, is it? In total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. 9 more Space Marines to do. I think it's 2 Intercessor squads and a Reaver squad, I believe. So I have them to do, and I want to do them up as Salamanders. So, I'm gonna have my work cut out for me in that department. I have to... Shit, that's a lot of paint. Alright, let's spread it around, empty... Ooh, empty out the brush. Then we can come back here. Oh, that worked out well. I do love the gold decals. Go back into the pot. I'm not even sure if you're meant to water down Balthazar's gold. I feel like no, because that would lose its shine effect, and it's so watery to begin with. So I'm just not watering it down, which I feel is the right call to make in this regard. Alright, and then we have the shoulder pad trim, which is going to be fun to do, isn't it always? So, I get some more paint on the brush. It's more interested in my finger than it is the shoulder pad. God, this is looking more bronze than gold. We take from a little richer area. We'll see how this comes out. Oh yeah, it's a bit brighter. I think I also need to shake up the pot again. What happens if I do the most dangerous thing and go directly from the bottom of the pot? Oh boy, that's a lot on there. Let's dump some of that out. Okay, there we go. Cleaned off the brush a bit. There we go, so that's one shoulder pad done. Now, you said diodes were gold, correct? Yeah, okay, so antennas, diodes, sides, bottom, that's all gold. Alright, so now we begin the work away. Let's get a little bit more on the brush. And that'll make a wee bit richer. Can I have the side badonkadonk to do? Neat, and then a little bulb tuner, I'm guessing here. Nice. And we'll do the bouton, also gold, because more gold is always nice. And then this little rinlet, or whatever it's called, is gold. And then I may leave the handheld black, or I'll come back in with a lead belcher and do it up a nice silver. I may just leave it black for this model though. Alright, and now we move on to the shoulder guard. rotate around a bit and just trying to find good points to grab it. It needs some more. There we go. So I believe that's him all done now. So we'll quickly pop him together and see how he looks, all nice and finished up. One thing I want to get my hands on is a Hound. It's a nice Imperial Guard flamethrower APC. I know it probably won't work that well in game, but I like flamethrowers. And it'll probably go well with my 108. There we go. So that's him done up now. So his nice gold detailing's all done. Am I supposed to put some? No, the kneecaps stay blue. Could have sworn they were gold. Wait, they want the eye holes to be gold? Nah, it's gonna be red. Red looks better. So again, just nice and done up. What do I have to do after gold? I think after gold, I move on to Bugman's Glow. Or no, they want Armageddon Dust to do up the base, which that doesn't matter too much. I'll probably leave that to the end. Bugman's Glow, then the Armageddon Dust, and then you do your shade, and you let it sit for a bit. So, before the shade is when I have to bust out my other colors and do up what I want to do up. Alright, let's take him apart. There we go, and again we'll start with the chest. Brush is starting to get pretty dried up now, which again will help with the controlling it for the most part. No loose bristles. I may have to clean up extra well later then. I find it always gets really dried with the gold detailing. I don't know what it is about the gold, but it seems to dry the fastest and leave the most residue on the brush. And a little bit of spillage in the crease over by the arm, but you won't notice that once the arm's back in place. So now we'll move over to the head. Yeah, a wee bit more paint on here. Now for the breathing tube. Just gotta get in there and kind of do it. There we go. This side is, again, it's kind of tight and close, so I won't be doing that tube. Could I get in there? Actually, hold on. If I move his head a wee bit, I can just barely. A wee bit more paint. Okay, that had a wee bit of spillage, but now if you notice, it's done. Not well, because it's hard to get in there and do the details, but it's done up. Anywhere else I want gold detailing on this? I have to do his arm. Shoulder pad time. A wee bit of spillage onto the arm there, and I'm having a bit onto the shoulder pad itself. I can always come back and clean those up after. A little bit more to the top here to brighten up, because it is kind of dark at the moment, and that's annoying. There we go, that's better. And we'll go back to the power pack. Again, do the grill up. I have to give a pot to shake in a moment. Try and get kind of nice straight lines in every direction. There we go. That's it. That's pretty good. Just nice, clean. And now we give the pot a shake. Stir up the mixture. Get new paint to the top. Shaky, 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 shaky. And there we go. Yeah, just look at that paint ooze out. Alright, we'll move on to the bolter. So again, we have the decal here. Just very gently, carefully, just apply it. Barely more than a touch. And even then I spilled some. There we go. So, you can see we kind of got most of it. There's a wee bit of the tip missing. Fucking camera won't focus. There we go. We clean that up. So, now that's all nice and done up. And now we move on to the sight. Get a wee bit more paint on here. There we go. Just keep working at it. Yeah, I cannot wait to do the 108 Guardsman. That's going to be such an experiment to do, seeing as how barely anyone else has done it. Wee bit of spillage just onto the barrel or the stock of the gun, but that's fine. I'm probably not going to clean up or you won't notice it that much. Alright, so that's the sight all done up. And now the arm. Is it the last one? Oh yeah, he is the last one. Oh. I may get these done today. Oh, that's a bit too much on there. Yeah, I think I may just hurry up and... Well, not hurry up, because you want to pace yourself and take it nice and slow. But I'll go ahead and do these all up today. And then next Wednesday, we'll do either my pox walkers, but I need to pick up a couple paints. My store didn't have Uriel yellow. That was the only one he was out of, and I'm very sad about that. but I think he's ordering in some new ones for me. Other than that, I have all of them. Actually, I could just go ahead and do most of it, because the Uriel yellow is only for their pus bubbles. And you can kind of do that towards the end. So I could always just go ahead and do the first half of the models, especially because there's so many of them. I wouldn't have them all done in a single stream. Probably have to do it in 3. How many do I have? 17? I think I have 17 poxwalkers. So that's gonna be a pain to do all of them. Especially because they all have different thins, and I want to change up their coloration between them. Actually, I don't think, because I bought the one sprue used is where I got the 10, so they're completely different than the other 7 I already had. So every poxwalker I think is a unique model. So that means that each one is gonna have slightly different coloration, because I want to do different thins for each one of them. Alright, put his arm back on. Oh, these push models are so nice. I'm not sure if maybe I should paint them on the sprue before I glue them together. That's what I hear some people do. Honestly, kind of feel like I should, with how much detailing I like to do. Alright, so that's him done up now. Don't think I missed anywhere. So he's all nice and done. Obviously neglected to do a few areas that they say you should do, like the magazine being gold. I'll do that in Lead Belcher. But that's the 3 of them done. So now I gotta clean off the brush. So pretty good for an hour, you know. Finished off the Abaddon Black. And did up all the gold on all of them. And I probably will have to go back. Oh my god, so much is coming off the brush in the water. So much gold. Such a waste. I let it dry too much. Ooh boy. Yeah, next is Bugman's Glow, which will mainly be on the Sergeant on the right. And the Parchment the other 2 have. So other than that, that'll be done and over with within 5-10 minutes. After that, we have the Agrax Armageddon Dust to do the base plates. And now I gotta go dig out my extra paints. And then I can do up the custom decaling I want to do on these guys. And then we'll coat it in Agrax. I just gotta figure out which green I want to use. I have Warpstone, Wagflesh, and... shit, what was the other bright green? No, Warpstone... Fuck, I think Warpstone is actually a layer. So I don't know how well it would go on itself. I may do Wagflesh on the screen for the fin, and then do Warpstone on top. Because Wagflesh is darker, but Warpstone should be brighter. So I can layer those on. And then I need to choose a red to do for their eyes. Not sure what red I want to do. I have Corn. I have Daka. What was it? Daka? What the fuck is it called? Red Daka? Daka? I can't remember. Another orc color. Alright, there we go. Brush is all nice and cleaned up now. Man, compared to the first brush I used, this one is... I'm taking much better care of it. Right now I'm just twisting the bristles into a point. With my fingers, just starting at the base of it, and then just spinning it. And then my fingers kind of twist it to a point. There you go, so that's a very nice point now. Hard to kind of see because it won't focus, but that's fine. Alright. Bugman's Glow. And what I'm actually going to do is go dig out my paint box right now. May as well, so quick interlude of 3 to 5 minutes while I grab this. Let's see. Look at these. Oh shit, it's on my fire. I gotta do still. And the drums. Fuck, he was on my guard. Guard, death guard. Oh, there's the hits. Points acquired. Guards on. Yeah. You guys later this week. I'm very serious. Put it back on the shelf. Alright, let's see. Now I'm gonna need. So let's see. Okay, so this is Warpstone Glow. That's kind of a bright green. What's this other one? Ooh, I also have Moot Green, which is another bright color, which would be good for a motion tracker. Now, so this is Wag Flesh. It's pretty dark green. I may just try and go with the layers. Now where's the lead belcher I've already used? Seal should be broken on it. Is this you? No, you're not broken yet. Shit, did I keep it out somewhere? Okay, let's see, is it up here? No, Castellian Flash. Celestial Gray. No, put it somewhere else. No, this is the only lead belcher in here. Wrap it on black. Richard, Cadian Fleshstone. Corn Red. I may use that for the eyes. Wazdaka Red, that's a layer. Balthazar Gold. I also have Mempsis Red. That may be good for the eyes. Korax White. Raykarth Flesh. Ushapti Bone. More Armageddon Dust. Actually, I'll use this Armageddon Dust since it's already cracked open. Wait, hold on. Was this lead belcher already cracked open? No, it wasn't. Where the fuck did my other lead belcher go? I know I had one that was already cracked open. I used it for the death guard. Huh. Where the fuck would that have gone? I'm going to hunt that down later. That's kind of annoying. Alright. Enough of that. Set these off to the side for now. Got my 17 different paints selected. Alright, so now we do the Bugman's Glow. Ooh, this also sounds really watery. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's meant to flow into the sockets. Now, to give it a nice crack, if it'll open. Oh, shit. Okay, maybe that lead belcher was already open. It was not this hard to crack that. My fingies are hurting. There it goes. That's a nice cracking sound. Ooh, this is really watery. Hold on, let me just shake this a bit more. And there we go, I can hear it kind of starting to gloop up a little bit. Still a bit watery. But there, that was 30 seconds ago. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, now it's more gloop than water. More like slime. So, I'm not sure if I should water this down, so I'm just going to take a tiny dab. And I'm going to put it on the parchment, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, kind of thick. I'm either going to have to use it very, very lightly. I wonder if some Ushapti bone layer on this would make it look more like paper than flesh. I just gotta do the inside now. I think I actually might break out the Ushapti. I haven't used it yet, so it would be a nice test. Besides, since these are the Ultramarines, and I'm never going to use these because I want salamanders, this would be the perfect time to experiment with half of my paints. That way I don't really lose out on anything. Oh, that's a lot of goddamn paint. Let's try and empty that out a bit, because that is a lot. That's very thick. Yeah, so I think Bugmen may need to be watered down a wee bit. Or used very sparingly. Actually, now that it's drying a bit, it is starting to fade a tad. Alright, so other than the parchment, it's the sergeant's face. We're going to wait on him. And we're going to do the parchment on you. We're going to pop off your arm to get better access to you. Pop off the base so you can actually see what's going on. Again, tiny bit. Also, the music has ended, I realize. That means we have gone through 40 minutes or so of music. Which, wowie zowie, that is a lot. Oh, I spilled quite a bit on the armor there. Yikesy. I can clean it up after. Yeah, so this actually on its I mean, it does kind of look still fleshy. Which, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that the Imperium of Man would use flesh as parchment eventually. I'm not sure how I feel about how fleshy that looks. I think I'll try Ushapti bone. Let me pull it out. I think that was kind of a... which one were you? This one? Ushapti bone. A layer. So, I think if I put this over, it should kind of layer it, and it does look more like parchment. So, I'll try that. Never done a layer before, it'll be my first layer. Now, I am, for the face, gonna water this down a bit. If it would even gather on the palette, because he immediately just spreads out. Let's quickly throw on more Horus Heresy. Because this song is nice, I like it. Even though it's very short. Okay. Let's just dump out half this paint on the brush. Jesus, that was a lot of paint on that brush. Alright, so we're gonna very carefully just apply it. Oh shit, that is still so much paint on that brush. There we go, this should be better. No, it is not much better. So, good news, didn't actually turn out that bad. Yeah, there we go. That actually looks pretty fucking good. And, you know, I think I'm gonna leave the splotches where there's still a little bit of a black overhang in some areas for the face. Because I think that looks kind of like, you know, just how hair would, especially here on the right side. It's just slightly uneven. Yeah, you can see it there. So I think that actually looks kind of nice in my own weird way. And well, you know, that's the sergeant done. So that's everything for him done. Oh wait, no. He still has his thing here. So I'm going to use the watered down. Half of it's already dry, so it does not like being watered down that much. Again, pop off the base so it's easier for you to see. And we'll go behind here. So we'll see how it dries, because obviously it will either get darker or lighter when it dries. I'm just doing some fine detailing at the moment so I need it close to my head, so my eye holes can receive the information properly. Just doing the edges and shit. Okay, there we go. So, of course, we gotta let it dry a wee bit to see how it turns out. But it's looking snazzy. Yeah, I kind of despise that followers for affiliate there. One, I despise it just in general because it feels like a dick move to have that to begin with. But also I despise it because it takes up room, real estate, or screen real estate rather. Which is a precious commodity. Especially doing models. So... oh wait, how's he... actually... okay, he's good. I thought I missed a bit of the edging. Let's move the sergeant in front, just because... there we go, better. And focus, please. Come on. Holy shit. Phone, fucking focus. My phone is barely kept alive because this charger is in it. At the same time, this goddamn charger is the reason it almost keeps falling. I hate my life. I shouldn't say that. Alright, let's pull up another song. Let's play Children of the Omnissiah. I really like this track. I don't know how well you can actually hear that. Alright, where's my U-Shapty? There's my U-Shapty. Alright, so let's give this a shake and then crack it. So, never done layers before, so this is going to be something new. I'm not sure if you take it directly out. What the fuck was that? Sounds like someone just dropped a bowling ball down the stairs. Cracking that open. Alright, yes, so anyway, never done a layer before. I don't know if I'll need to water this down or not. Oh, that's a nice, just pristine color. So I'll take a little bit of it, and we'll just put on the Bugman's Glow. Just a teensy bit. And we'll just layer it on here and kind of... Wow, that is way more of a base paint than it is a layer paint. Need a wee bit more. There we go. I don't know why, but this color reminds me of French vanilla ice cream. Now I want some. Well, that does look more like parchment now. So I'm not sure if I need to let that dry a bit longer. And it'll like fade or whatever, but I think I will go with U-Shapty on the rest of this. See, I feel like I need to water this down first because that's coming out really thick. But mind you, that's also kind of what I want from it. I'm just gonna leave the base on for a second. I'm just doing the underside. You guys probably know what's going on here. Can you imagine? I wouldn't do it on these models, but if models had parchment like this, to just take like a tiny scalpel and write people's names on here. I'm sure like big YouTubers do that for their Patreons, members or whatever. But holy shit, that would be such an ordeal to do that. Yeah, okay, I much prefer this for parchment. Especially, hopefully when it dries, it looks a little bit weathered and kind of yellowish. Because that's kind of how it looks in the pot, but it comes out a bit whiter than that. Come on, just fucking stick. Alright, well, this is a bit much. Well, this guy's seals are gonna be much faded. Alright, so we're gonna let that dry, and as we let that dry, let me pull out the reds I have. So I have corn red, And I have Memphis red. So corn red kind of looks more like a darker red, and Memphis is much more brighter. So I think I might do this for the eyes and do this for the seals. Just have kind of separate red so it's not exactly the same. Mind you, I don't know how that'll dry, so it may not look as good as I'm thinking. Again though, perfect time to experiment is with 3 models you got from the paint and set, so really you don't lose much. And you lose you just lose tiny drops of paint from the pot, but it doesn't matter. Because these paints should last you so long. I have a friend who has an entire Imperial Guard army, giant, like, takes up like 2 shelves. Man only went through like 1 of these pots for green in that entire time. Like, as long as you don't go completely ballistic with how many coats you do, you can make these pots last you so long. So, Memphis red, I said U for the eyes, I believe. And I said U for the seals, corn red. It's kind of looking more pinkish. I don't know, we'll see how it comes out. As for the parchment, it is actually shading, or drying pretty nicely. So that's turning out pretty well. Now I just gotta do the seals. Cracking open all the paints today. What is this, the 5th paint I've cracked open now? Oh, that is a nice red, look at that. So again, I just want a tiny amount to kind of play with to see how it will look. So we'll go with the Sergeant's seal first. Actually, you have the most prominent seal, so you would be the best to do it on. Ooh, that is really red. And that is a lot of paint. I got the tiniest drop, but that is a lot. So let me just go here and kind of drag some out. Maybe should have watered down. No, I've kind of lost the detailing on the seal itself. It's supposed to have a skull, but you cannot see it. At least I don't think this guy has a skull in his. That's fine. So now I know I need to water it down a bit. So we're going to take some out, not too much because we don't need that much. Just put it in the pot here. Twirl my brush to get it to a point. Dip it in the water just for a second. Just a wee bit of water. And now we dump it into the paint again. Twirl, twirl, twirl. Okay, that's still a shit ton of paint on there. Oh my god, there is so much paint. Alright, so corn red has a lot to it. I'm sad because now that means all that corn red is going to go to waste. And it seems watered down this much. It does not like to stick. No, it's just pooling at the bottom. It is not sticking at all. So I think I may have gotten a wee bit too much water. To get a little bit thicker paint. Yeah, okay, I've lost most of the detailing on here. And it's splotching and getting kind of messy everywhere. That's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Again, experimental ones. Alright, so I've gotten a little bit thicker. So we'll see how it turns out with this one. Oh, well, there goes the detailing again. It doesn't look like the skull is actually raised, so... it's whatever. Well, actually... No, this one's detail is still a bit fucked. But actually, the sergeant, now that he's drying, you can actually see it. So I panicked a little bit early. The one sad thing is that I forgot the power packs.
The Emperor protects.
Yes, he does.
Well, that will probably end up in a VOD mute or a DMCA, either or. Let's hope not. So that was Katie Has Fallen, a tribute to the Imperial Guard. Go watch it, it's really nice. Especially because they blend several SFMs together. I always love when tribute videos do things like that. Anyway. So that's him done. I have to go back and do the Sergeant's Power Pack. I do have to say, I'm really liking how they're turning out, especially with the parchment has dried wonderfully. The seals really add some color. The silver lead belcher is going to add some nice variation color. It's really come together. I have some browns. I may actually do the pouches and such in a brownish leather. That is why I bought it. So, I think I may do that actually. So what that basically means is all the paints that I bought for everyone else, I'm going to use on these guys to test it out and see how it looks, which is usually the best course of action. Always get yourself a kind of test model. If you have like a broken model, or even see like a friend that owns some but they're like broken or unfinished or missing parts, just buy them from them and just use it to test paints on. When you're done, just recoat it and rebase it in black or something and use it for something else. Thank you. There we go. I have some pizza to eat, so I'll try and wrap this up. Alright, so that's his power pack done. Is it yours I just did? Yeah. Now we got... Did I do... Oh, I didn't even realize. I zoned out and completely did a model and fucking forgot about it. Let's see, let me pull up some more music. That's a bit loud. Let's put that back to the beginning. You, sir, your power pack has not been done, though. At least I think they're called power packs. That's what the Arma server called them that I was in. It was part of the Dorn's Boys. Fuck, where are they called? I forgot. Yellow... Imperial Fists. There we go. God, I hope they're the Imperial Fists. I just think... No, they're the Imperial Fists. Yeah, they are. That was a fun time. I don't know what happened to that Arma unit. I kind of left it, and then I think... Or rather, I stopped playing. And I think I got kicked from the Discord. I know apparently they did some partnerships with some big YouTubers. I think I got shut down though, because the person who was running it just didn't have time for it no more and didn't want to hand it off to someone, I think is the last I heard. I don't know, I could just be misremembering or spreading hearsay, so don't take what I'm saying completely true. I haven't talked with anyone from there in a dog's age. I'm loving how these models are turning out. Especially the lead belcher with the gun and the gold. It's such a nice contrast. I'm so glad I just didn't do it. Oh my god, that's a lost spread. That's not a second win, that's just spread. So I'm gonna have to come back through with a Crag and Abaddon. And let me bust out the brown I have, and we can do some pouches. I like how these models are basically done. I could shade them and finish them right now. But I feel good in my skills today, so we're gonna experiment. Turn your back down because you like randomly spiking. Oh, now it's gonna get real quiet again. Alright, so I need to pull out my brown. What was it called? Let me check my crate. No. Wait, what? Shit, where is it? Oh, here we go. Morn found brown. So I think this would be a nice leather color. So we'll see what it looks like on the models for their pouches. Give it a nice shake, 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 shake. It feels kind of watery. So I may just put it straight from the pot onto it. No, it's kind of goopy. Okay, so, yeah, okay, this is a nice brown. This is why I was looking for it in leather pouches. So, take a little bit of this, and we'll do the Sergeant's gun pouch here. Okay, maybe I should have watered it down. She's a bit strong. Shit, you wanna know what would have been good? There's two buttons here and here. If I did those gold. Maybe that would have complemented it nicely. It's whatever. There we go, and now I got the pouches here on the belt, and what looks to be a canteen. So I think I'll leave that. Shit, I have like several other dark greens I could use for the canteen, but I think I'll just leave that Abaddon black for now. So tiny bit of brown. teensy amount. I don't want to overpower it. Oh, look at that, it's overpowering it. I don't want to lose the details. Decreases and such, especially the boutons. I can clean that up later. So I'm gonna, originally I was thinking doing the belt brown, but I think I'm gonna leave that black. Because if I have too much brown, it's gonna look messy. Even now, I think that might be a little bit too much, honestly. Especially because that just neuters the gold on the skull there. Alright, now let's move on to your pouch. You just have one, so you'll be fine. A little bit. Again, tiny bit. Just use the frayed bristles to kind of gather some. There's one thing I like to do is when I have frayed bristles that kind of hook outwards, use them as a hook to gather some paint just on the edge. Not a lot, just a tiny bit. And that can help you if you're trying to do the small details like this where you don't need much paint. So consider that a free tip. The next one will be $7.99. I just have the tiny bit here to do, just the inside there. So again, tiny amount. It's just trying to do the detail in the corner and that's it. There we go. That actually looks pretty snazzy. Alright, is that the only pouch you have on your body? Yes. And then I believe you have one as well. Yes. So we'll pop your base off as well, just to navigate better. So, I'm even gonna pop off the power pack for this guy, since it's kinda under there. There we go. Oh, that wasn't enough. This is a little bit too much even. And a teensy bit for this side here. There we go, and because of good control, we didn't have that much spillage just there and a wee bit under here. So, I think that's all the brown's done. Again, really happy with how this came out. We lost the skull detail on the seal through bad control, but that's fine. And the Bugman's globe with then Ushapti bone with these came out really well. So, that's nice. Alright, so that's it for, what was this? Morn Fang Brown. Okay, what was I gonna do next? Do I want any additional colors? I think So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull back out Abaddon Black. Clean up the areas where it needs cleaning up, and then we'll do more, or the McCrag Blue at the end. Because McCrag is thick, gloopy, gets everywhere, and it takes a while to wash off the brush. And it stains. So the entire top of my little cup here is crusted in McCrag Blue. I have to eventually wash this cup completely off and out. That's fine. It's a complete palette of colors. Alright, and then for the Abaddon Black, we're just gonna bring out a teensy tiny bit and then water it down ever so slightly. Because we don't want it going everywhere. We need it very controlled since we already have all the other paints down and ready. Cracking open the black. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take about one brush full of it. So about that much. Throw it on the palette. And I think this should be able to do everything once I water it down. So again, a teensy drop of water, which is barely putting the head into it. Just for a split second. And putting that in here. I do hope you are all enjoying this. I am having fun experimenting. Now, here on the bolter, I just need to clean up a tiny bit down here. There. And there. So I think that's this bolter done. For cleanup at least. Here, you just need some here on the butt / brace, whatever that's called. And then, do you need any on the back? No, I don't see any. You need it. There we go. I'm gonna have to bring in the gold again, I think. Yeah, kind of do some extra detailing in places. Alright, Sergeant, do you need it anywhere? Yes, you do. Here on the cantina. Give that another quick coat in. That's all good now. Reclaimed colors. Say a little bit more to your pistol. I do so enjoy all the little details on these models. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Maybe water down the brown a bit next time, but I think it's decent. It's better than it just being all black. And I'm just touching up his hairline a bit, because there's a couple gray spots I noticed. And sadly, you cannot use the chipping excuse for someone's hairline. At least not as effectively. Alright. So that's the sergeant done. Done to wash off the brush. We'll swap back to Balthazar Gold, clean up a few more areas, then swap to McCrag Blue, finish it off, and then what we can do is shade it, and that's basically it done now. I like how it took me, I can't remember how long the first stream was, 2 hours, 3 hours, just to do McCrag. This time around, I'm doing less surface space in total. But I'm also trying to be more careful. So you're done. I can close you up. Put you off to the side. There we go. Got the brush to a nice point again. That's hard to see. Balthazar gold. Give it a nice little shake, shake, shake. Crack it open and we'll look to where it needs the detailing. So, you need some on the shoulder. No, you need McCrag mainly. I think you're fine on gold decal. Yeah, you're fine. Sergeant, what about you? I wanted to touch up the skull on your pistol. Come on, stay open, please. There we go. So this little skull is going to get just a second coating of Balthasar's gold. If it would focus, there we go. So I think what I'll do for this is I won't shade this skull, but I'll shade all the brown around it, and then hopefully that saturates the brown and pops the gold a bit more. Kinda feels like I'm putting on Balthazar's bronze, not gold. Ooh, what happened to your chest? There we go, that's better. Alright, does this bolter need a touch up? No, looks fine. Your chest could use a bit of a touch up again. Shoulder pads look fine. How about this? Fine, fine. You seem fine. Alright, so now that all that's done, which I have no idea how much of it was just blocked by my arm, we move back onto McCrag, my favorite color. Now the debate is, should I even water it down at all? Probably should. We're almost there, almost at the end. This has been 2.5 hours of slowly working away at 3 models. Mind you, I was done like an hour ago, and then I wanted more detail, experiments, trying out new things. Which is good, you should always try new things with your models. Don't always do what it says on the box. I mean, if you want to, go ahead, it's your models. Also, at the same time, you know, experiment a bit, make them your own. Alright, let me turn to where I usually use this. I'll just go with one glob for now. I think that should be all I need, really. and a dollop of water, and mix that all nice and in. There we go. Spin, 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 get it off the brush. Kind of get this to a point. Now let's go with the sergeant's helmet first, because that was the most messy area, really. Yeah, I went over the red a little bit, but that's fine. Sergeant, where else did you need touch up back here? Wow, okay, it is focusing in and out rapidly. Also on the arm. Alright, so I think that's the sergeant cleaned up. You, where your pouch is. Oh, back here. I think it was you, yeah, mainly on the shoulder piece itself. Need a little bit more. There we go, much better. The one nice thing I enjoy about Citadel paints, they go over each other pretty well, which makes cleanup a breeze. Okay. Alright, I think you're fine now. Is there anything here? No, shoulder pad looks fine. Shoulder pad looks... could actually use a little bit of touching up here. That's a bit more McCrag than I was wanting. Now what about you yourself? Actually, I was pretty clean on the pouch here. Oh, it was here by the seal was mainly where the uncleanliness was. Oh right, and your fucking helmet. I forgot how fucked your helmet was. On both sides. Yeah, I got a little bit in the eye socket, but that's fine. Rather the eyes be a little bit smaller than half the face be red. Okay, that's a good cleanup. Alright. Do you need anywhere else? No, I think you're good. So, now we shall quickly reassemble. And we'll see how they look. I don't remember whose base belongs to who. Doesn't really matter though. Alright, that is not your base then. You were hard to get in this one, so that one must not be yours. There we go. Alright, so the seals came out real nice. I have to say, I'm really glad with how they turned out. As for the pouches, I'd say the pouches came out pretty nice as well. I think that just bit of brown help brings out the mall's details when you look at them closer. Now, let's see, box, what do you say to do now? Texture and then shade. So that's what we shall do. So the shade's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass. Or not the shade, rather. The texture. So I'm gonna do that first, so then if I have to do more clean... I should have done it first before the cleanup. Mind you, once I do it, I can't take the models off their base. So... let's see how it turns out. Oh, is the music wrapping up? I think it may be. Now, I already have a fin of the texture open, because obviously if you buy, like I did, the Death Guard and the Space Marines, or as it is now, Space Marine and Necrons, you can get some doubles of certain things. Alright, shit, I don't see it in here. What color is it? Armageddon Dust. Looks like that. This one? No. 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 Did I misplace half my goddamn paints? Wait, I'm sorry, what? I already owned a Bugman's Glove. Oh my god, I bought one. I bought a double. Wow, whoopsie-da-doopsie. Oh, alright, this is the Agrax I've already used, because this came with the Death Guard. So this one was already open, so I'll use that. Can't see my texture, though, so I must have put it somewhere else. Where it could be, oh, is this out? No, that's Sandry Dust. How the fuck do I keep losing paints? Only I can lose inanimate objects that don't move anywhere. Anyway, let's crack open this Agrax then. Or sorry, Armageddon Dust. I keep getting the names mixed up. Wait. I forgot I already fucking pulled it out. It was sitting right next to me the whole time. Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. Alright, so this is basically, if you can imagine mud, that's basically what this is like. So I'm not going to use this brush, because this is my good brush. But I do have the original Get Started brush I have, which its head is completely fucked. Because that was when I didn't know how to take care of my brushes properly. So I'm just going to wet it to kind of loosen everything up. And then we'll use that for the texture. Oh my god. This brush is so bad. I may have to toss it, honestly. Well, I say that, but really I'll just keep it for textures. That way I don't have to use my good brushes on them. Oh, it's so just dried, chunky. Like there's chunks of paint still in there. The head is like cut into quarters. Ugh. Yuck, yuck. Remember, always take care of your brushes. Alright, so we got a nice glob on here. And basically what we're going to do is just throw it on the base and kind of move it around. And it has just immediately gone into the bristles and gotten stuck. I try and avoid getting any on the shoes if possible, but obviously there will be some dripping onto it. Just listen to that crunch of bristles. I hate it. Honestly, it probably would have been better just to do the base first, then pop the model back on, so I think that's what I'll do for the other two. Or I'll just do that right now, honestly. Now it's going to be a little bit harder to do because I don't have a model to hold on to, but should be fine. God, look how clumpy this brush is. I fucking hate it. There we go. And we'll just slap you back on. Actually, we'll let it dry first. We'll let it dry. And go in for some more. It's just like mud, really. Kind of want to know how they make this. Oh boy, look at that. Disgusting. Get that circle done. There we go. I hate seeing those little circles. I'm so glad on actual bases, usually they don't have them. Right, and rotate so you can kind of see it better. And now we just take some of the excess from this side and move it to this side. Chunky brush. Now what you can also do is paint the sides here. I personally don't, because what I'd like to do is eventually put just numbers or names or stripes on these, so I can remember certain people in certain squads, or even just if a trooper does really good, just remember which one it was. Things like that. Again, up to your prerogative. You do what you want, I do what I want, and we both have a happy time playing the hobby, because that's what we do. Do need to actually do the army I use to play, which will either be Death Guard or Imperial Guard. I'm gonna lean towards Death Guard because I have half of them already painted compared to my Imperial Guard where none of them are painted or primed. Death Guard, at least they're all primed. Half of them are fully painted. A quarter of them are half painted. I need to finish my Laura Contagion. Wait a minute. Didn't I stop doing my Laura Contagion because I wanted to go pick up more paints? Do I have the paint I wanted for that? I can't remember. I have to go take a look at them and see what I want to do, if I even remember. Remember when I thought the music was about to stop like 10 minutes ago? Pepperidge Farm, you remembers. So now you can kind of see why I didn't want to use my good brush on this. Because it kind of fucks up your brush a bit more than I fucked it up already. I'm gonna have to let this soak in hot water for a fucking hour. Just to get kind of empty. Anyway. So now we'll move on to putting the sergeant on his base. It'll be a little bit tight now because of the paint that's mixed in. So there we go. Decent. One thing I gotta do is just quickly do up these guys' center bar. I don't know what you actually call them. I don't want a lot of mud. There we go. I want to control this as much as possible to make sure it doesn't get on the model. Which a little bit got on the boots, but that's fine. As much as I don't want it getting on the boots, because I like the boots to be nice and pristine and nice. It does actually help look like they're actually in the area they're in. Ooh, that got a lot on the boot. Yikes. Put you over by your base. You don't have any extrusions. Okay. God, this brush is just mangled beyond belief. Alright, and the last thing I have to do is shade them. I have to be kind of careful because I have some paint on my left hand. I don't want to get any on them. Right, so just popping these back in. There we go. So that's their bases all done up. And now we just got the earth shade to do, and then we're done. So I'm just gonna shake this up a bit. It's a water, it just shades obviously. So you don't really need to shake it, but I like shaking it just in case. Wait, shit, is this the one I already opened? It is, right? Yes. There we go. So, you know, as you can see, it's just water. So we're gonna work with the sergeant first. I'm just gonna kind of put the brush for a second, and it's gonna soak up, if you can see there. Yeah, you see how that puddle gets smaller? It's just soaking it up. So we're just gonna kind of try and control how much is on our brush. May as well do the, let's do normal man first. So we'll work head down. I need a little bit more than that. Okay, that was a bit too much. So basically what happens is this is going to mute some of the colors. It gets into the recesses, makes everything pop. It just sits on top, and then it'll dry clear for the most part. Unless you let it pool. When it pools, it'll, obviously, there's more, so it dries thicker, and it can cause issues. So we're just basically going across. You can now see there's a gleam to everything. And what this will do is, once it dries, it'll mute the colors a bit more. It should look pretty nice. Usually after you shade things, they look nice. But I also have some select areas where I don't want to apply shade to kind of bring out the colors in other areas. So I'm debating if I want... Oh shit, that was a lot of shade just in there. The one thing you want to keep doing is just keep moving your brush. If you see somewhere where a lot has sat for a bit, quickly try and pick it up. Because if you don't, it may just dry there, and then you're kind of screwed. I'm gonna add a wee bit to the parchment here, to kind of give it a weathered look. And a bit to the seal. So we'll see how that comes out. We'll avoid putting any on the gold at the moment, because I want the gold to kind of pop a bit more than it does already. Yeah, maybe should have done the shade before the base, because now you guys won't be able to see too much. Let me just shunt the camera over to the left a bit. That way I can kind of sit angled and angle everything. Again, just keep moving the brush around. I'm dipping it into the pot here to bring more up here to the top of the pot.